Greetings. As someone who grew up in two different households, had two different parenting styles, one that promoted independence, the other one that was a lot more strict, on top of my type A personality, I've always been very keen, very aware of my leadership skills and communication, and that has been very apparent over my 10-year career in transportation and logistics. I've always remained goal oriented, task oriented, and motivated. One of my goals is just day-to-day standard of excellence in communication, work ethic, and execution. Uh, I've constantly worked at fine-tuning that balance between being an influence communication, uh, having an influence communication profile, and having a conscientious communication profile. The definitions for each are provided on page 211 by Volanti. Influence is someone who adheres to direct communication, motivated by achievements, likes approval, and conscientious profiles are people who are more task-oriented, motivated by precision and accuracy, like to stay task-oriented and organized, and then plan for the future. I think that's a good balance to help me become a good leader, to become a good role model. That's the vision I have for the future. And that's my second goal is climbing the responsibility ladder, the corporate ladder, whatever phrase you might use. Don't want to climb the very top, just want to climb a couple rungs where I can have that positive influence on my coworkers and on those around me. I can be that person that they want to imitate. Hey, how did he get there? What steps did he take? And then I can show them, hey, this is how I did it. I recommend you do the same. Over the years, what has motivated more so than just the vision is also my personal faith, just the values, honesty, integrity, grace, compassion, honesty. I believe that if I incorporate these values into my career, that I might be a better role model. There have been differences that I've noticed in motivation with my peers and my seniors, and that's a lack of vision, no plan for the future, as well as just a lack of self-awareness, their flaws, their strengths. So I want to be someone that is a leader that can call them out, can encourage them and motivate them. Obviously, that's not always been the case, as I've had to deal with some guys who don't want to cooperate, difficult personnel, grumps and slackers. Grumps are people with bad attitudes, people who lower morale, and then slackers, people who have a bad work ethic and are not motivated. These are definitions provided by Miller on page 189 in the textbook. The way I have dealt with these slackers and grumps over the years is just being more diplomatic in years past, giving up that decision making to others that hasn't always worked out. So recently I've stepped up, have been a little more authoritative, in some cases too much, being that guy that can sometimes be a little too harsh. And so now I'm trying to have that balance of the two where there's still the input, but I'm still the one that makes the decision. Some ways that I've been doing that is just including more face-saving behavior. If there's issues or problems or conflicts with coworkers, again, take them aside, have that one-on-one, or maybe have a closed-door meeting. I also have been trying to seek more input from my coworkers, from my bosses, just so things are smooth and we can have a more peaceful workplace. In conclusion, again, very much goal-oriented, task-oriented. I have that motivation from just that vision for the future, as well as my personal faith. Over the years, I've had some obstacles having to deal with some grumps, excuse me, and some slackers, and I've I've attempted to deal with those problems by being a little more democratic and also including more face-saving behavior. Thank you.